How's it going? I'm Jim. I designed your websites, and today I'm going to be giving you a short tutorial on how to update it. Here we are on the website. All we have to do is go to the back end of the website. We'll be using terms like back ends. When I say back end, I mean that's when you log into the WordPress itself. We're going to give you that link, so don't worry about that right now. But when we log into the back end, you'll probably see something like this, which is not this page, but you'll probably see something like this that says dashboard. And then over here on the left hand side, we've got posts, and those are just blog posts, which you don't have any. And so we're just going to go to pages, and since it's only one page, it's real easy. It's just the home page. So we're going to go over the home page first. We click on the home page, and here we have the back end of your home page. And if you wait just a second, it loads up just like that. And as we scroll down, you can see we're using a content management system, which is WordPress, and then we're using a plugin called a Visual Composer, which makes it real easy for you to understand what's going on the back end, because it's visual and it's a composer. So we start here on the top, which is our slider. We're going to go over the slider later, but that's where the Revolution slider is. Underneath that, we've got our market served. We've got our single image here. And then underneath the single image, we've got the text block. And every time you see this little green column show up, or row show up, that's how you edit it. Okay? So the arrow here is to drag it, so we can drag it to other places. Then the next thing is the pencil. That's to edit it. Next thing is the two pieces of paper. That's to clone it. And finally, we've got the trash. So let's say we wanted to edit this. We click edit. That's going to bring up our single image settings. As you can see here, I already have the image set at markets. That means that you can upload any size image. It'll automatically scale down to the market size, which is a specific size that I put into the PHP functions. Don't have to worry about that, but if we ever want to change that, so to change it, we just press the plus button. Brings up all of our different imagery here. And if we go ahead and change it to, let's say, this image here, we go down here to our blue set image. That's going to set that image, and then we have to save the changes. Anytime you save it, this is very important. Anytime you save changes on the back end page, you have to do it twice. You save the changes there. Then you have to go over here to the right hand side and hit update. Save, update. You have to hit update, otherwise the changes will not be made. Save and update. Now let's take a look at what that update looked like. You can visit the site. As you can see, it'll come up here in a second. No. Okay, here we go. Here we go. As you can see, got changed to the exact right size as all the other ones, and that's our new image there. So let's go back. We'll change that again. Go over, hit the pencil, click the plus button, find our shopping cart, set image, save changes, and then update. Save changes, then update. Come back to our site. We can see those changes have now been made. As soon as it comes up. Don't know why it's going so slow, but it is. Here we go. And there's our shopping cart. Back in place, same size as all the other ones. Now, a couple things you have to remember is anytime you want to make major changes to the site, you're going to have to contact me or Web312. For instance, let's say you want to add an 8th box here, because right now we have 7, so we have 4 on top, 3 on the bottom. The 3 on the bottom happen to be centered because of a little thing that I did. As you can see here, we've got an extra box here on the end in order to put some other thing if we wanted to. But how is this centered? Well, we go over to this little pencil here on this row, and you will see an extra class name called Home First Thumb. That gives an extra margin to that particular box that allows that particular box to move over about 150 pixels, which makes it centered. Now, if you added another one here to make it 8, you would have to delete this. Otherwise, you'll see what happens. So I'm just going to show you. So let's say we wanted to add another box. We do that by cloning this, moving that over to here. Sometimes it gets a little jittery. Cloning this one. Add that over there. Now we'll click Update, and you'll see what happens. Is that margin is going to remain there, even though there's another box. So as you can see, that margin is still there, even though we add another box. Therefore, we have to remove that class. Now, see, I know this gets a little bit technical and it gets a little bit difficult. That's why if you make any major sweeping changes, just give me a call and I can make those changes for you. Otherwise, if you're just changing out small stuff like pictures, you can do that very easily. Coming down here, we've got our next midland metal product that has demonstrated excellence in metal fabrication for 95 years. That's this box here. If we go over to the pencil and we go over to background, you can see that's where our background is. And we can change that background by going here. You're going to have to add a very large picture, at least 2,000 pixels in width. Again, something you can fool around with. If you can't get it right, give me a call. Next, we've got what we do. As you can see here, the Visual Composer gets a little bit sticky because it's 5, and you can't really have 5 boxes because Visual Composer works only on even numbers, which is why we have a 4 and a 3, and I had to put the extra margin here. Down here we've got a special box with 0, a special box with 0, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are flip boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if you want to change out that image, I know that you guys have been talking about changing out those images. So images all have to be the exact same size. It can't be too big, can't be too small. Because when you float over it and it flips over, all these things, this paragraph can't be too long. If it's too long, it'll be longer than everything else. I spent some time making this possible. So all goes into a cascading style sheet, also known as a CSS. Again, I don't expect you to know these things, except it's just not as easy as it looks. We try to make it as easy as possible for you to change things, but this is why we ask for things up front to be 100% the content done, completed, approved by everyone in the company. Because to change these things, sometimes it looks easy, sometimes it's a little bit harder than you think. But if we want to go over and click the pencil on these, you can see what's going on. We've got this size of a border, the border color, the text color, the background color, which I've changed from white to beige because you said it was too bright. We've got a box height of 210. We've got an icon, which is actually the picture. So to change that out, you click that plus button. Again, image width 99. As you can see, we've got some typography here, font sizes. As you can see, it's a little bit more difficult than just swapping out pictures here and there. I've been doing this for 20 years. There's a reason why I make it look easy. Again, I'll be glad to help you out. I would rather help you out before we launch so that we know what we're doing, but you don't have the proper imagery. So again, this is kind of all on your head at this point. I've done the best I can. I can't guess what you guys want. Under how we do it, we've got two things going on. Under how we do it, we've got two things going on. We've got an interactive banner, and we've got a single image. We got laser cutting. These all have to be done twice. Why do they have to be done twice? Once is here. Interactive banner. We've got the title, laser cutting. We've got the description underneath that. Then we've got our image. What that is that's this. Okay? As you can see, when you roll over it, cool stuff happens. There's a reason why we have to do it twice, though. So you have to do it once by clicking the interactive banner, laser cutting, description, close. You have to do it again. have to put in a single image here, and you got to put in laser cutting, and then you got to put in the description again. Why? Why, you ask? I'm glad you asked why. Because if we look at this in our responsive mode, so this is what it looks like on an iPhone. Okay, so on an iPhone, well, we didn't refresh it again because I didn't. Okay. Let's see. See, I haven't fixed it yet on an iPhone, but I don't know. But if you scroll down here, see, this is not fixed on an iPhone. It's supposed to be fixed. Sorry about that. I will fix this for the iPhone. But when we scroll down here, notice how the rollover effect is not happening, because that can't happen on an iPhone. So on an iPhone, you actually see the picture, laser cutting, then the description. Picture, description, laser cutting. And then if we look at it on our desktop, we actually have the rollover effect. Like I said, that rollover effect is not going to work on a phone because, excuse me, I've had the flu, as you can hear, is that this description won't fit in on an iPhone. Again, things you have to worry about, and a lot of people don't understand till you start actually trying to do this web design. It's, like I said, it's not as easy as it looks. So anytime you have to change it, you have to change it twice. You got to change it in the interactive banner, and you got to change it here. Next, we've got another section with the parallax effects, which is here. Now we've got another section of what we've done. So under what we've done, we've got image carousel going on, where you can move the carousel. Now if you wanted to add an image, all we have to do is go down to the bottom, clone this row, click the pencil. I already have the image sides in there, and you're just going to add a new image. We can upload a new image by going to upload files, and then we could search your hard drive, or we could go to our already existing media file. Now let's just say we want to put in this colorful powder. Put in the colorful powder, hit set image, save changes, then what? Then updates. So let's take a look at what that looks like once we've added that in. What we've done, number 3, there's our powder. So it's as easy as that. Again, we'll go through that again. You want to add some more images, go down to the bottom one, click the clone button, clone single image, hit the pencil, hit the plus, upload a new file from your hard drive, or select from the media library, set image, save changes, update, and you're done. Okay? Same thing goes for your next section. Let's get rid of that old furniture one here. Techniques and process. We've got 4. If you want to add another one, clone, pencil, plus, upload from file, or choose from media, and then you're done. The who we are gets a little bit more complicated because you're trying. You have to create a thumbnail, which then links to your PDF. Again, that just gets really complicated. You have to upload a PDF to the media library. Then you have to create a thumbnail off that PDF. Again, not what I wanted to do, but that's what you guys wanted to do. So there you go. If you can figure it out, you figure it out. But tutorials can only last for so long. Down here at the bottom, we've got our gravity form. Again, we can just hit our pencil button to change some of these things in here. Whenever changing text, when it comes up as visual, I always hit the text button so I could see where the H4 tags are in, where the strong is, where the AHREF mail 2 is in there. If you know a little bit about HTML, then you know what I'm talking about there. That's about it. Other than that, if we want to go over to the slider revolution real quick, it gets. Unfortunately, these things just aren't that simple. We try to make it as simple as possible. If you know anybody with WordPress skills, they could probably do this. If not, you can hire us to do it. But here's your slides. It gets a little bit complicated, as you can see, with changing animation, animation fading in and fading out. I've got this one kind of going in up and down. That's short from the top, fade out. Gets a little bit complicated. Once you get your videos set, I mean, I would like to take a crack at doing the video for you, only because I'd like to put maybe a little bit of effects in there, some fading, maybe some music. But we could talk about that later. Let me know what you think about the tutorial. If there's something I didn't cover, let me know. If not, thanks for watching.